Attention, scum! You are in defiance of the Emperor's law. You cannot hide. You cannot escape. We are judgment. Prepare for sentencing.
Inhabitants of Habdraco, this is Judge Dredd. In case you people have forgotten, this hive operates under the same rules as the rest of the Imperium. Nurgle is not the law. Chaos is not the law. I am the law. Well, it finally happened. I've been fairly tuned out of Darktide for the last 6 months or so, but now Obese Megalodon has my attention. The long-awaited 5th class is arriving on June 23rd, in the form of the Arbites, the galactic police force of the Imperium, and it's coming with a robotic doggo named Princess. Habeas corpus? No idea what that is. Due process? No, I'm not going to due process. I hardly know her. Police brutality? Coming right up. Judgment has arrived on Atoma Prime, and it's coming at the business end of a shotgun barrel. Pretty goddamn bricked up, I'm not gonna lie. The Arbites fancy themselves as this thin blue line that separates civilization from anarchy, brutally enforcing Lex Imperialis as they bash, beat down, and otherwise disembowel heretics and traitors deep within a hive. They are judge, jury, and executioner, given full authority by the High Lords of Terra to apply justice and vengeance in basically any way they see fit, keeping the Imperium stable from within, while the Guard and the Space Marines struggle with threats from the Void. They are the final bulwark against heretical uprisings and other major threats, much like what we see here in the hive city of Tertium, and as the Mobian Sixth and Cult of Admonition continue their brutal rampage across Atoma, it only makes sense that these highly trained police enforcers would be deployed with their doggos. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Now, there are many potential suitors for this mythical day that was never guaranteed to come, another class coming to Darktide 2.5 years after launch, but Warhammer Judge Dredd with the Cyber Mastiff is certainly on the list for human badasses that fit the setting here. And we got some detail about what exactly will be included in this DLC. Number 1, you'll be joined by a cyborg attack dog that can maul isolated enemies, disable priority targets, and provide vital support when enemy specials sneak their way through your net and firing lines. You'll be free to choose between 6 voices and 3 separate personalities, same as all the other classes, with a fully fleshed out talent tree 80 plus nodes, and 3 distinct combat styles, although you can mix and match to make hybrid classes if you wish as well. Expect a melee focused portion of the tree built around the shield and control, making space for your team in the thick of battle, a ranged focus for suppression and horde clear, and maybe like a commander type focus, maybe similar to Victor Saltzpyre's Witch Hunter, where you point at specials or elites and your team and doggo will go take care of it. They say you'll be able to control the battlefield with suppressive fire and barked orders, so that kind of leans into that commander type persona. And then there's the Nuncio Aquila, an anti-gravity vox platform that barks imperial propaganda and suppresses the will of the enemy. In lore, this is a drone that can almost be used like a sonic weapon, like Space Marines with their built-in Vox grills or Noise Marines, where the decibels can be raised to such heights as to pose a legitimate threat not just to enemy eardrums, but their morale and physical well-being too. I'm unsure if that's going to be an ultimate combat type ability, a blitz grenade equivalent, or something else, but the general idea is that it would buff allies and nerf or suppress nearby enemies. So far, the confirmed weapons are an Arbites Shotgun, packing a righteous punch with special issue shells, an Assault Shield plus Shotpistol, Darktide's first hybrid defense range combo weapon, and the Dominator Maul, crushing dissent with every swing. This is presumably a Shock Maul, something that Arbites are well known for wielding as their primary melee weapon, used for crowd control and for killing when necessary. But I am quite sure they'll have access to some or most of the vet arsenal that's already in the game, particularly when it comes to the more generic stuff like Catachin Devil Swords, autoguns, all that kind of thing. I highly doubt they'll be able to wield more exotic weaponry like the Plasma or Power Sword, but that remains to be seen. Bolters and bolt pistols would still be thematic and in fact are utilized by Arbites equipped with executioner rounds quite frequently. These are self-guiding missiles that can seek a target behind cover, changing direction mid-flight with the help of ballistic propellant. I'm not really expecting special bolter ammo to be added specifically for this class, although it would be very cool, but they will probably be able to use bolt guns and bolt pistols. Still though, the shotgun, shield, and shot pistol, and shock maul sounds a little limited in terms of the weapon selection. I'd like to see a few more unique options, but so far, that's all that's been confirmed, and as a result, may well be all we're getting, but of course, later down the line, we might be getting more weapons anyway. Not exactly sure what special issue shells means for the shotgun. We already have access to quite a variety of different shotgun variants and ammunition types, from incendiary rounds to duckbill choke flat spread for horde clear, slugs, and some others. So it'll be interesting to see how they differentiate this shotgun from the previous iterations. There are actually executioner shells for Arbites shotguns that perform similarly to executioner bolt rounds, designed to seek out enemies behind cover, but I'm not sure how doable that would be on the current engine. Certainly sounds like a fun idea. The main attraction here, besides having a Cyber Mastiff rip out the throat of your adversaries, of course, is absolutely going to be the shot pistol and shield combo. This is our first defensive weapon that can also pump out damage while you are protected, and purely from a SWAT roleplay POV, should be incredibly fun to march room to room, rooting out heresy, blocking stubber fire, and blasting cultists point blank with a one-handed shotty. I don't believe we have confirmation on what variant the shield will be, or if there will be multiple types, but the Arbites do make use of something called a suppression shield, which is a heavy slab of ceramite with a built-in shock plate. So if one were to shield bash a human-sized opponent, they would immediately fall victim to intense spasms as lightning coursed through their veins. Combined with a shock maul, which at its lowest setting can stun or even kill targets, but when fully unleashed creates a power field that can sunder steel, armor, or flesh, we've got some pretty damn cool toys to work with here. But I am a tad bit concerned the options might feel a little sparse. Couple more unique bells and whistles would help tremendously, I feel. Would definitely like to see some heavy stubbers for the vet, but of course that also depends on the DLC price, which has not been confirmed at the time of making this video. I'd also like to see a grenade launcher for humans, and it would be a fairly thematic weapon for an Arbite in a hive city, trying to clear out a cult hallway by hallway, room by room, and you could probably get pretty spicy with the ammunition types and special attack as well on a grenade launcher. But from a general playstyle perspective, expect him to be our first human tank, equipped with carapace armor, and able to lock down a hallway and aggro fire in a way that previous human classes have been unable to do. And of course, he's going to have a lot of utility with that Nuncio Aquila and the Cyber Mastiff running down enemies. Naturally, this will come at the cost of some mobility. Being a carapace armored behemoth with a shield may or may not be a problem in the higher levels of Havoc or Maelstrom. Typically in Tide games, having maneuverability is more important than being insanely tanky with a shield. Only time will tell. If you're a fan of Fashion Tide, sounds like there will be some cosmetics for your Cyber Mastiff, character, and weapons included in this pack. And on June 23rd, we'll almost certainly launch alongside some premium cosmetics in the store as well. No word on price quite yet. We'll see how that goes. I'm definitely going to be curious on that front. But overall, Arbites is a very hype addition to the game. Very excited to see what Fat Shark have cooking here. I'll be covering the class in depth the moment I can get my hands on it, so look forward to seeing some gameplay and discussion well before launch, and be sure to check out the other Skulls for the Skull Throne reveals over the next few hours and days on this channel. Let me know what you all think of the class and what you'd like to see for it in terms of weapons, nodes, or archetypes, and I'll see you all in the next one. Indie Pride, signing out for now. Have a good one, guys.